Hello everyone. Welcome to Macbeth Act 3, Scene 3. It's a very short scene but an impactful one. So first let's go through the summary and then we'll go to the line by line explanation. So Macbeth Act 3, Scene 3 takes place in a park near the palace. So a third murderer was also appointed by Macbeth and he then joins the other two murderers. Then they hear Banquo and Fleance approaching. Banquo is attacked and murdered. However, Fleance survives. And the last words of Banquo towards Fleance was, "Hope someday you will be able to seek revenge." Then the three murderers go to inform Macbeth that they had failed in half of their mission, and the scene ends. Now let's quickly go on to the line by line explanation. So the first murderer says, "But who did bid thee join with us?" So he's asking the third murderer, "Who told you to come here and join us?" The third murderer says, "Macbeth." Then the second murderer says, "He needs not our mistrust." So he's saying that we can trust him. He need not have our mistrust. And he gives reason for why he says that. Since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just. The second murderer says we can trust him because he reports and does the same duties that we are also directed to do. So the second murderer convinced the first one, saying that since we have to do the same duties and we are giving the same instruction, let him join us. The first murderer says, "Then stand with us." He said, "Okay, then you can join us." The west yet glimmers with some streak of day. So he says, in the western part of the sky, it is still lit with some streaks of daylight. Now spurs the lated traveller apace to gain the timely inn. So the late travelers are now hurrying to make their way into their inns. So he says the late travelers are now hurrying really fast so that they can reach on time. And near approaches the subject of our watch. So who is the subject of their watch? Banquo. So they are saying that our subject of our watch is approaching closer. The third murderer says, "Hark, I hear horses." "Listen, I hear horses." So Banquo says to himself, "Give us a light there." So as Banquo and Fleance, they are approaching the dark area near the palace where they are expected to dismount the horses. Banquo is asking for someone to provide a light to guide them in the darkness. The second murderer says, "Then it is he, yes, it is him. The rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court." So the rest of the expected guests are already inside the castle. So this is definitely him. The first murderer says his horses go about, means his horses are being taken to the stables. So Banquo and Fleance, they have dismounted, and in the last stretch they will be walking and their horses are taken to the stables by the servant. The third murderer says almost a mile, but he does usually. So all men do. From hence to the palace gate make it their walk. So he says it is almost a mile to the castle, but he also, just like all other men, will dismount here and then walk to the palace gate. The second murderer says, "A light, means here comes a light." The third murderer confirms it is he. The first murderer says, "Stand to it," means get ready or be prepared. Enter Banquo and Fleance with a torch. Banco says it will be rain tonight, means it will rain tonight. First murderer says let it come down. So let the rain come down. And they assault Banco. So here, it will rain tonight. These words sent by Banco is often seen as a premonition to the violence that is about to come. Means here, rain symbolizes the bloodshed that is to come. So Banco is attacked and Banco says, "Oh treachery, fly good Fleance, fly, fly, fly. Thou mayst revenge, O slave." Means, "Oh treachery, and run, good Fleance, run from here. And I hope you will be able to seek revenge." Then the third murderer says, "Who did strike out the light?" Means, who put out the light? First murderer says, "Was it not the way, or was it not what we were supposed to do? Wasn't the best thing to do?" The third murderer says, "There is but one down. The sun is fled." So it was pitch dark, they could not see, and Fleance has vanished. So the third murderer says, "But we have only killed one person. The sun has escaped." The second murderer says, "We have lost best half of our affair." Means we have failed half of our mission. The first murderer says, "Well, let's away and say how much is done. So let's go and tell Macbeth what we have managed to do, that we have only completed half of the mission, because we have only been able to kill Banquo but not his son Fleance, who has escaped." And the scene ends. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you watch all the videos so that you can score great marks in your examination. God bless.